Sweet.
Put the barrel away.
One section rifleman, on me, now! Directly across from our front, right? So if you're going to call an indication, make sure you get...
I'm Kevin O'Grady. I work as a corporal for the Royal Westminster Regiment in New Westminster, British Columbia, and I'm currently taking the Bachelor's of Business Administration at BCIT.
My name is Michael Woolley. I am a BCIT student with the BBA program, the Bachelor of Business Administration. I recently completed the post-diploma business management course, and I am also a sergeant with the Canadian Forces.
I found out about the Legion program because Natalie Condrashoff, the program head, actually came by to speak at our unit Christmas dinner.
So the Legion Military Skills Conversion Program is a program at BCIT designed to help returning reservists and veterans, both current and former serving of the Canadian Forces, get back into the civilian workplace through going back to school. So what we do is we help them figure out what's the best program or opportunities for their needs and their interests, as well as, if we can, get them advanced placement or educational equivalencies based on their Canadian Forces experiences. We help them with business planning and business consultations with SIFE BCIT. So we help them build up their resume and their cover letters so that it's attractive to a civilian employer. A lot of people in the military are very humble. What they do, they say, you know, this is my job description, I got it done, and I did what I had to do. But a lot of the time they don't realize that the little extra things they do, or something that they think is totally normal and just part of their job, is actually quite remarkable.
I moved out to Edmonton for training to go overseas to Afghanistan. And I was stationed down here in Kandahar province, down in southern Kandahar. Psychological operations operator. Sort of like a Army public relations or marketing in a hostile environment or semi-hostile environment. It was my job overseas to go out and talk with and engage with the local Afghans and sort of assess what their feelings were and what their perceptions were of the overall mission in Afghanistan, its successes, its failures.
I went to Bosnia in 2003 in the fall, and I was there until the spring of 2004. And my responsibility was all of the radios. I had to make sure they all worked and that they were all ready to go whenever we went somewhere. I applied for a job as a photographer for the Public Affairs Office in southwestern Ontario. So I did that for 3 years. I started by taking photographs of everything the military did, the Reserve Army, in the area did. And I interacted with the media a little bit, as well as provided a little bit of training for the soldiers themselves when talking with the media. Afghanistan, I was over there. I'd now reached the rank of sergeant while I was there, and my responsibility was part of the Force Protection Unit. So I was out on the convoys, going from camp to camp, delivering supplies, transporting people around, and my job specifically was to make sure that the security of those convoys was maintained.
When I first came back, it was not very easy finding work.
I knew that I had to upgrade my education. I had been looking and scanning for careers and jobs for a while before I made the decision to go back to school, and an overwhelming factor that I kept coming across was university degree required. So I looked into the school, I asked around, talked to some fellow soldiers who had gone through BCIT, and I did hear a lot of good things about the school.
When a team is formed, the Army tries its best to keep that team together as much as it can. At BCIT, you show up in September and you're put into a set, which is just like a class, and you're all in the same program together, and you go to all the same classes together, like all the same lectures and all the same labs.
The group dynamics is very good because it's building a very similar team cohesion that I'm used to with the military. You have to pull your own weight. If you don't, the project gets a very poor mark. Just like for us in the military, if you don't pull your own weight, you don't succeed in your mission.
2 of the first levels have spikes and 3 it
With Michael Woolley, he came to me and said, Natalie, you know, I'm in my early 30s. I have lots of work experience, but I can't find a civilian job, and I don't want to have to keep working Class B contracts for the rest of my life. He still wants to be a reservist, but he obviously wants to get going on his civilian life too. We thought that maybe perhaps the best way for him to go is into the business management post-diploma program, which he got advanced placement in because of his military experience.
We have the government is not committed. They're probably going to just stay there.
He's working so hard to cross the stage in June.
And we're going to specifically develop a set of effective staffing standards that will help us hire the kind of people we need.
Kevin O'Grady has had a great time here at BCIT. He's shown that he is an absolutely excellent student. He had one of the top GPAs in his program from last year in the post-diploma program, and he has a very high GPA this year in the BBA program. So he's really helping give all the veterans who come to this school a really great name about how educated and how smart veterans are. All these guys have great skills, and Kevin's just one of those really good examples.
I really like the implementation. It's very thorough. You guys actually explained it, so that was nice.
One of the biggest things that's really helped me out personally on my 2 years of schooling to date is taking on the extra projects, being part of the Legion Military Skills Conversion Program, assisting and through advice to the soldiers coming in the year behind me, explaining what the military means in some instances to Natalie when she's trying to develop the program further, have all come together and I think provided me a much rounder and broader base of skills rather than just having that diploma at the end of it or the degree at the end of it.